Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to Salsa and Bachata Moves, and we're showing about salsa connection. A little bit too much? How about this? No, too less? Okay, how about somewhere in the middle with my lady and staying connected? I'm gonna try to explain 3 simple ideas today. Different handholds, what is tension and how do we use it? Because when you have the right tension, you can do something that you can never do by yourself. You can dance much faster by using the elasticity of the muscles of your partner. Doesn't matter if it's a lead or a follower, if you find that gray area. So let's start. The third part is a surprise. It's the transitions. I'll explain it when we get there at the end. The first part would be, let's go to the extreme of the yin and yang. Let's say the lady has a cooked spaghetti pasta arm, very soft, and I'm pushing her back to go one, but she's so soft on the arm, she doesn't even realize I want her to go back. So the first thing she needs to do is give me not the black. That's the opposite. Tighten a lot, and then when I push, she's heavy, and she's late again. So we need to find that gray area that the lady has to give some tension, I have to give some tension, and work together, okay? We're not talking about 50-50, more is the guy giving the connection. But working together is very important and staying connected. Let's talk about some holds. We talk about the tension, not to be too soft or too hard. Now the holds can be what we call the Cuban on top. The holds can be a little bit more of a standard in all the styles, where we open up the arms like this, but you've noticed there is a small curve on both of our fingers. This is very strong. Ladies, never let go of the guy until the guy lets you go. And another way you can have is the scissor hold. Another way you can have is the pressure in order to give a turn. And the last but not least is the bullhorn, where the 2 fingers are in the center and the lady does spins and she holds into a punch. Rewind them, note them down. There might be a few more, but these are the most basic things you need to learn to hold the lady. Now, in all of these things, you have to apply the second principle, let's say. Imagine there's an arrow pointing that way, and there's an arrow pointing that way for the lady. So as you're holding, let's exaggerate it. She's pulling me that way, and I'm pulling her that way. This connection of the arrow pushing that way, and me pulling that way has to exist. But of course, this is a huge exaggeration. These are kilos. We're talking about grams of resistance. Now, there is a very delicate little thing we have to learn. Sorry about this, guys, but this is the most important thing you have to remember. You do not create resistance by using your biceps and the muscles of your arms. You use it by your body weight. This is my body weight, that's her body weight. You can see it on video. Now if we go straight and we pull with our arms, pull in as well. Now you can clearly see this is only the arms. This is a guy leading crossbody lead with only the arms. Yes, now nothing with my arms. I have a good pull, she has a good pull, and we're connected. And I just move my body and she reacts to my body movements. And all of that because of connection. This will make your life so much easier. I want to just hint a little bit more of how we give the body weight. The lady can use her bum to stick it out a little bit, and she creates that resistance. For us, we have to create it by moving back. And we have to do that. When we're dancing basic, we're relaxed. We have a small connection of a few grams, but we want to create, for example, the open break is to create the tension we need in order to have the power from the lady. But for all of this to happen, we have here the sockets where we connect the hands. If you have your shoulders forward, then when I'm moving the arms, your body is moving slightly. If you have your shoulders back and down, it's not just to look good, it goes into your socket. So when they are connected in the socket, when I move your hands, your whole body reacts. So that's like a little super secret that, oh my God, I'm not doing the position to look good, I'm doing it so I can feel more comfortable as a lady. And the guy as well, if he's here crouched down, his lead is not strong enough. And I'm not talking strong of power, I mean clean enough. Pushing back, any lady would prefer this openness of the body, telling her where to go and when to stop. And here, when we have resistance at the end, I can release her to go back on the one and create tension again. But if we don't have tension, how can I tell her to go back on the one? Push her back. That's not good. She's like, oh, no. But if we have tension, I just release it. She goes back, and then I create tension. Lastly, but not least, this is very easy, guys. It's not as hard as you think. When you're doing, for example, you have this connection curve nicely, and you're pulling a little bit at each other. You twist, and you still keep the pressure. The lady goes round, you still keep the pressure. She finishes, you still keep the resistance. You release her, you relax, and you create resistance again for anything else you're going to do. You don't want to do relax and jump into the position. You saw I lost her. Then relax and then pull her. There's got to be always a certain point on your hand that's pushing the lady and the lady pushing you back. Hope that makes sense. So from here, she's pushing me here on my fingers. I'm pushing her, and then we're pulling at each other. So we changed from pushing to pulling. When I want to get a hand here as well, and I want it to relax, that's a last tip from me. It's because you create a tension, you do circular actions, either upwards or downwards, and the hands relax completely. And when you have that connection, guys, you're really going to become a much better dancer. You're going to have a lot more fun. And if you want more analytics about the beginner techniques and how you should have good fundamental, please give a check the first link in the description. It's almost a 2-hour video lessons teaching you all the basics from the beginning all the way to social dancer. Thank you very much for watching. See you on the next video.